Ayala wala, na la urke chupu kwela inampa. Ayala wala, na la urke chupu kwasiane. Ala Biafra, Obatoma, Beabia, Sisele, Obatoma. Biafra tinyerike weruge tinyere ha wee chegidala emere mmegbu. Biafra tinyerike werike enyere ha weledala emere mmegbu. Afọ Igbo na-achọghị Biafra rụkọbara maka ọkarịa mana ọ nwụrụ. Nwanne m bịa nara Biafra doo bịa nara ya.
These are the terrorists destroying the name of Gento and his men, Biafran Liberation Army. You see, we have caught this one red-handed. They were shooting anyhow yesterday, causing insecurity in Okigwe State yesterday. But the Biafran Liberation Army went for rescue.
Yesterday being a rant. Naba, if you don't want to be with us, give away. Don't cajole us. In our world, do social media. I'm money in Agua. Maybe now jail in our one because some are done them bonandeg because I can't get Kadia Chigi, Kadia Kage. Okay, Kelly. Alazaya go. If any was na my platform, Apota, go see that nan carry chigi, carry everything about you. You can threaten the threat because all your life you threat because you're a criminal. You are a criminal. Have 70-something page of crime in America. You don't have good name. You're this thing, you are judiciary. In America, red. In a red in America. So you are an idiot. Number one, before you now shout, now threat, indeed a threat. Go and watch your life in America. You are a criminal who know you. Okay, Kelly, who know you? If not about to be able to take one, you a criminal, a scammer. Who know you? A very dirty man. Now if you go suit. And I hear it before. Very stupid discussing something. Let me tell you something again, Kelly. If you don't know what you will talk, come out. If you come out to social media, shut up. Do what you will know how to do. Scam. Scam. Una nebu kwa mdiba ingos de buru na abia iburu na esie. Ine ebu ida kwodoani na ebu all the garant men ibu chana imam mado ni ibu golone. Kwa makana njosu bankiti. Imam mado ni ibu olane na Biafra land kada ebu luo today. Guna ngozo ala bu golo fulani vow. That you you finish Biafran liberation. Oh, no way Biafran liberation in Jelolo. Oh, that na bangi maro. Ajuke dindu Jelorwa. Because soon to him, my very name. Mbong na mdi evangelism. Like a malandi jelenu. Ozubozi be matalandi jelenu. He sent the endorse a group of terrorists of destiny. A Geneva attack. You want me to tell you something? I have your document. I have everything about you. And that is why you are afraid of me. Either afraid of me. Anybody on here, I'm a caninaekuta than the buo. Also, I'm not going toekuta than the way one wo. I have the break right again. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? Don't get killed because of maybe Vogoche. You have disgraced yourself. If you go with God before anything, we are watching. We will see how all these things will end. Let me tell you something. If you succeed to jail Obatobie ya one day, highest onogide on 1 year 2 years or pota make equation you go Biafra before that time or when he succeed good and ngozi. If you people succeed to jail Obatobie because ngozi potasia you can't win this war. Or if okuru man on a direct way they send the Obatobie message. But let me tell you people something. Anything can happen. We Biafran, we have prepared. If you people succeed to jail him, mind you that you are not God. It can never one boy and highest OJ 1 year. Okay, man, on a go 2 months, and 8 months. Okay, what I go on a complete near. On a complete near because I'm going to jail. I am not no. But let me tell you something. Make it when sure that you know what the Biafra before Abatobia Napata. And another thing that we want goes all of goal of running again kill it. Making sure that you know just standing in the Boni no Biafra nine before Abatobia Napata. I worry the Mazen Nandekana Napata. Oh, no, Bucha Sichaho, Biafra nine, Boni Boni again killing Angozi. Alazaya Nyog, Nangoza la Bugolo Flani, Ona Mala Datina, Shem won't corner. Now we day here. So, Ngoza la Bugolo Flani, you will add your second command the terrorist to man, call Ogen Kelly, ye put queer. Kono I watch you. Kono a boom as a buy. Opportunity when I am on soku. And I might know on Archie. Because someone no couldn't listen. Una succeed then on abo war Commander Holy Ghost. Guno gen kela succeed go war Commander Holy Ghost. Guno gen kele na sonia palawa. Yana this idiot ana success. You people have succeed by you Commander Holy Ghost. I just they laugh. I wanted you to come and debunk it if Tana yell on social media with pictures. Because all your life is a photo. If you waited a Biafra photo, I keep quiet, they watch you. Now, Sonia Kalawan after social media around you were a coward. Your brother Holy Ghost, you betrayed him. You betray Holy Ghost to Sonia Kalawa. Somebody who fight for you. When I call Holy Ghost, it's Holy Ghost, okay, if you will get Ben. Holy Ghost to send that in infinite way, we when I got something. Instead, Muji that no TSC way Bamia. Mujo will let tag and is in jet will TS on Apalawan easy, or Belly Otakas, way Colomia, or if you weigh a benno. Holy Ghost attack me, Ebon save, Ebon protect Sonia Palawa. What Sonia Palawa did, Sonia Palawa collide with your Genkel and the success and then goes out Holy Ghost. Very shameful thing. After Kebuchana propaganda. Many generals. Each around them. Or was also Holy Ghost. Like I say, if you Holy Ghost, you know, Holy Ghost, you can't man after social media. Then try many times. Many times. Is you able Gaddafi gentle. On what be never see me. On what be also face raw. Oh, one never see me now. Thank God that in a gentle, no mazia, dachi. You can't break that door anyhow. And you never. only break the door of those guys. They are very cynic and all fan. The same thing then try. Ebe this guy no. Butu zono. Because on what be maybe if you were eliminate no way.
Now I observed that what is going on in the eastern region today is a direct consequences of the betrayal of the two Igbo illustrious sons, Nnmadi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, that the Igbos are paying the costly price for betrayal of their leader, of betrayal of those whose passion, whose enthusiasm, whose pain was to ensure the emancipation, the deliverance of their own people. They sold out themselves, they denied and deprived themselves of the privileges. They stripped themselves of the privileges and the rights at their disposal just to fight for their people. And yet, their people could not appreciate that. Some moles among them, for vested interests, for monetary inducement, for political alignment and interests, betrayed the cause of the liberty of deliverance of their people. They have the opportunity to have done otherwise, but they choose to betray the cause of the leadership that will engineer the emancipation of their people. Today, the raping of our women, the killing, the massacre going on in the eastern region is a direct consequences of the betrayal. Everybody virtually was fighting Nnmadi, especially the Ohaneses, the political elites, and the rest of them, even when Nnmadi called them to float and establish an instant security network or a security outfit that will ensure the safety of the people, that will guarantee that the forest beds are safe for the people to go to farm, cultivate, and during harvest seasons to go and harvest their crops to take care of their loved ones and eventually dispose at the market. They ignored that. They neglected the voice of reasoning. They despised him. Just as Nnmadi Kanu revealed, he was addressing the Igbo World Congress in the United States. They snubbed him. They called him names. They said, "Who knows you? What is this one saying?" He told them clearly that the battle you are running away from today will consume you eventually. It's just a matter of time. It's just a question of when and how. Are they not happening today? Even in the Igbo predominant states, we have IDPs, internally displaced persons. About 10 years down the line, it is playing out what Nnmadi Kanu told them, but they hated them for the truth. Just as some people, when you are speaking the truth, when you're honest and impartial, they will hate you. Just as what is playing out. When Joseph was honest to his people, he told them the truth. The Bible said they hated him the more, to the point they have to betray him. They sold him out in exchange of monetary incentive or inducement. Eventually, those money could no longer sustain them. But they sold out their Joseph. They sold out their deliverance. They sold out their Messiah. They sold out someone ordained for their emancipation and that of their posterity to come. Do they have to pay the price? Of course. That is a price, a cost for betraying your Joseph. Ever since that has happened, people were crying, IPOB is doing this, IPOB is doing that. Now let me leave you with this video of the recent revelations that is made.
How you defend that? Now, where yesterday, why would I innocent so? Unu gbabucha ndị aka ha dị ọcha. Ise wụ nwanne anyị. Na-ewu nwanne anyị na-asụ ofe azụ.
Ka na-ajụ Awụsa.
Amụrụ m n'ugwu Awụsa, etoro m n'ugwu Awụsa, aga m training n'ugwu Awụsa. Ebe a kachi na Asamoru kpọrọ
Ndị Boko Haram. Ndị Boko Haram.
Ndị Boko Haram.
Nna ji Awụsa by so say ebe nna ji kada. Nna ji Awụsa.
Damgburu mgba.
Ka ya kwuru nna tambe nkwa kuberi nimi. Nna so nje gidamu. Nna so nje ahafia. Nna so nje apeba. Nna de yaro na suna mata na angoreka. Suna mata na angoreka ka ya kwuru.
Na kwano no ga ihe ka ọsọ ga oge ya wa asụsụ terrorists. You see, you people should see. These are the terrorists working with Chinasaworu and the Scorpion Colonel. These are the terrorists destroying the name of Gentle and his men, Biafran Liberation Army. You see, we have caught this one red-handed. They were shooting anyhow yesterday, causing insecurity in Okigwe State yesterday. But the Biafran Liberation Army went for rescue.
There are people who were interested in making sure that the entire Eastern region, most importantly, the Igbo predominant regions, will not experience peace. They sponsored that with their money, with their resources, against the Igbos. Igbo regions have been considered as one of the serene, most peaceful regions in Africa, where hospitality bubbles. But today, they have turned Igbo region to a killing field, to a harvest of organs, forceful disappearances of our young men. That is sadly to say, that wouldn't have been possible without the connivance with conspiracy of the political elites who also fought against Nnmadi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Eventually, they floated their own Eastern Security network, which they used against their political opponents, just as Uzodinma of Imo State have made public that IPOBs weren't the people sponsoring the unrest. These are vested interests, those politicians who, for obvious reasons, personally known to them, continue to destabilize the state, the region, for their political gains. Now you betray the cause of someone ordained to emancipate the people, and yet they are kept in the wheel of motionless and despair. What is happening today? What is happening today? These are questions Igbos are not asking. They are not asking these questions. Ihe na-agba n'anya. Ihe na-agba n'aka, adịghị agba ya n'anya. What exactly is happening is the direct consequences of the betrayal of these two personalities who was all out to fight and defend their own people, their posterity and cultural heritage. They fought them, they silenced them, they mocked at them, they ridiculed at them. Today, what is happening? I have never seen Ohaneze coming out to make very decisive statement over the invasion of these communities, the raping of our women, our mothers, and the rest of them, the killing and forceful disappearances of the young people in the Eastern region, which on several occasions, international bodies has indicted the former president sponsoring killer squad outfit to dislodge, to kill, and annihilate the people of the Eastern region. the governors are silenced today who moved against Nnmadi Kanu and eventually Simon. See, today, what is clear is that we are in the state of mess. The entire Igbo race is in a state of mess, including the Igbo World Congress, who doubted, who snubbed Nnmadi Kanu when Nnmadi Kanu was relaying to them what is to come, the agendas that are on ground, programmed and about to be executed. He told them ahead when it had not even started. They would have left that at the board if there are collaborations and eventually they paid attention to that. Today you fought your people, the Eastern Security Network, to a standstill. Today the terrorists have taken over the forest beds. What does the future foretest to the Igbo race? Now, as I've really said, that when, as a freedom fighter, you begin to rapport, romance with your oppressors, then there is something fundamentally wrong. There is a compromise somewhere. If you are not being threatened, if your perceived oppressors are not threatened, they are not perturbed, they are not disturbed, if they feel comfortable at ease while you are in control, there is something fundamentally wrong. You could be directly or indirectly working for the Nigerian government, for the oppressors of your people under cover. If they don't consider you as a threat, just as Nnmadi Kanu, you hardly could see Nnmadi Kanu make statements without the Chief of Defense Staff, G-Train, making assertions, calling on United Nations, calling on European Union, calling on Finland to make sure that they do whatever they can to stop this move by Simon, but that his sensitizations and awareness is, of course, sabotaging the effort to silence the people. Now, the recent media briefing by the Chief of Defense Staff is that they are in control of the security or insecurity in Nigeria today. And you might think he's referring to the North. No, the North is not where the interest lies. Otherwise, in a state, a region where over 200 people are being killed in a single less than 5 hours, how do you call that? Is it stability? What they are saying is that they are in control to some greater extent. They have infiltrated the Biafra movement, planting, of course, strategically, there are people over there, and eventually what you are seeing is not a far cry from the reality. So if you say you're a freedom fighter and you are comfortable, the enemy is comfortable with you, they are not calling you names, they are not seeing you as a threat that must be addressed, then it means something is for you are not a freedom fighter, or possibly, rightly put, your best is not even good enough. So how do I mean? Paying the price of betrayal, the direct consequences of this betrayal. Today, the Igbos are wailing, they are crying, just as what's happened recently in Okigwe, where, with the collaboration of certain Igbo people and the connivance with the foreigners, these are aliens coming to kill your own people. And you are leading them to regions, to areas where they can invade, kill people, shoot sporadically, only to give a dog a bad name so that you can nail him. And eventually, there wasn't, of course, a window of opportunity for you to exploit, to be used against the people. Now, with the current realities on ground, if the Nigerian government warring against the Eastern Security, the Biafran Defense Force are not considering Ogekere or Ngozi Orebeze as a threat to them, then it means something is fundamentally wrong. There is something wrong somewhere. Unlike in the days of Nnmadi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, of course, I believe they are still relevant as they continue to maintain their position. However, others are exacerbating any situation. They have learned to keep their composure, and they have sacrificed so much for this movement, and eventually should be acknowledged. Now, what I'm saying in essence is that it is becoming very clear. You see, when the fire at the tripod stand is still hot, nothing can get closer. But when they have gone down, turned to ashes, people can use mere hand to pack them and use it for whatever intention or purpose they want to. Are you kidding me? So the state, Nigeria, the state that the people are now is a very precarious moment, a very scary moment for the Igbo race. Who shall save the Igbos from this destruction if they are succeeded between their own leaders? What will they have to fall back? In the days of battle, we always refer to the strong men. If the strong men are being taken down systematically, gradually, under cover, then what do you think would happen? There's something fundamentally going on. How insecure is the eastern region today? You can see that for yourself. Continuous fight, continuous agitation. People sometimes betray the cause of the people. Now, that has clearly revealed what we needed to know. Who are truly our enemies? If this Nigerian government do not feel the heat, your impact on them, then definitely you are nowhere to be found. With Nigeria, with Biafrans, will Igbos remain perpetual slaves? Just as what is playing out today. Nobody is concerned or less concerned about the release of Nnmadi Kanu. And the Biafrans have expected Ogekere or Ngozi Orebeze to lead his protest continuously, drawing the attention of the government, just as we've experienced in most recent time. You can't be at peace with the enemy and convince the masses that you are fighting for freedom as an oppressor, fighting against the oppressor for freedom. It is quite ridiculous and unfortunate. But then, that is the reality today. Where do we go from here? What proactive steps can we take? You see, the likes of Peter be moving about canvassing, forming alliance or coalition within Nigeria. Who gives him that opportunity? He refused to remember that it's signed in the Quran is that don't give an infidel a chance. By virtue of religious affiliations, considers you as an infidel. And what is that infidel? What is the position? You are not meant to live. So if they are deploying foreign missionaries to execute that, intention was to drastically reduce you, get down and get out, of course, the opportunists, and eventually you see there will be an empty hall. You don't think, how do I go from here? What do I need to do, oh Lord? It is quite unfortunate, very ridiculous, that what is going on is quite laughable. But whatever be the case, we know that definitely God will send a helper. It might not be the faces familiar with, but definitely God will send a helper for his people. And that's Ekpa. of authority. That symbol of authority still lies with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.